call it Follow-Up Thursday. You guys hit us up, you email us, and you're like, hey, Bert, do you remember? Blah-bitty-boot-beep-boot-doot-doot. Can you get some closure on that for us? So we start to do the homework for you, and we do. We get you closure. And in this case, it was Karen Palacios that wrote us and said, Morning, Bert Show. Can you guys please follow up with the girl whose boss went on a work conference to the town where her mom lives? The employee always thought that her boss was a good match for her mom. So you guys did a texting tutor with her, texting the boss to see how the conference was going and if he wanted to meet with her mom. He agreed. What happened next? Capital letters. I need to know if the boss and mom hit it off or it was a huge mistake. Thank you all from Karen. It's a huge risk because if it does work out, then boss going to take a look at you and go, oh, thank you, man. I'm having such a great time with your mom. This is great. Here, have a raise and a promotion, and your whole life is going to change. A whole entire life. You're going to be so fulfilled and have so much money that at the end of the day, it was just because you hooked up the boss.
What happens behind door number 2?
It doesn't work out with your mom. He takes it out on you.
Yep.
You get fired.
Yep.
You end up homeless and miserable.
The least your mom could do is let you move back in the house.
Right.
So you could see there was a lot at risk here.
All right. So on September 17th, 2021, we did a texting tutor with Kelly who wanted to hook her mom up with her boss, which is a very bold move. Kelly has a great relationship with her boss. He's like an uncle to her. Kelly's boss was at a conference in Texas. Kelly's mom happened to be 15 minutes away. Kelly wanted to take advantage of the situation to have her mom and boss go out for coffee or something. We did a texting tutor with Kelly's boss. Long story short, the boss was down with meeting Kelly's mom. When we checked back with Kelly after the weekend, she told us her mom and boss did meet up and they did have coffee. Her mom described him as darling, a perfect gentleman, and super cute. Kelly's boss was more tight-lipped but enjoyed their coffee date. Kelly told her boss that her mom was coming to town the next weekend. She wasn't really coming, that is, until Kelly texted her to come. Kelly thought the three of them could go to lunch together, but secretly Kelly was hoping sparks would fly. Both mom and Kelly's boss agreed to the lunch. Kelly knew they had shared a couple of texts since agreeing to lunch, but didn't know what was said. When we left it, Kelly had a good feeling about it all, so whatever happened with Kelly's boss and her mom.
All right, Follow-Up Thursday. Mo has the email. What's happening?
Hi, Bert Show. I'm so glad you emailed for an update. I hear you guys do these follow-ups all the time, and I was just hoping you'd contact me. These two are just about the cutest. I'm not sure how long it's been since I last spoke to you, so you may already know this part. So after I played matchmaker, the two of them secretly started talking via text and on the phone. They didn't tell me for several weeks, maybe even months. I'm not sure that it was very serious at first. My impression is that it was just some casual conversations that might have been a little on the flirty side. After a bit of time, he flew out to see her. I believe this started happening regularly, and I still had no idea. At this point, I would still hint to both of them that they should contact the other person. I had no idea they were already very much still in contact. It wasn't until earlier this year that I even found out. My mom had invited me to come and visit her and said she wanted to spend time with me for my birthday. She also said she had a surprise for me. Well, during my birthday dinner, she said she had a surprise guest. She texted him to tell him to come in. So when he walked in, I was so confused at first. Then they told me that they had both been seeing each other, although it is long distance, for a while. I was so excited and confused that I was almost laughing and crying at the same time. So that was several months ago, and they have been pretty serious ever since. In fact, there is even talks of her considering to move here.
Damn.
Wow.
That is just the icing on the cake. That would be so amazing. So that's what's happening. Apparently, I'm really good at matchmaking. If anyone wants my help, LOL.
I've always kind of wondered if you're going to make a generalization question, does your family know you the best to set you up with somebody else? Or are they like the worst to set you up with somebody else?
We've talked about this before, and we've actually had several people call and say that they...
Can you speak up for Siri?
I'm sorry, Siri. We're not talking to you. Mind your
Siri,
business.
are parents good matchmakers?
It's not always about you, Siri.
But yeah, we've had several people call, and their parents actually hit the nail on the head. Like they did really well.
I just think their view of you is so different.
I know.
Right?
I think it's skewed. I mean, you know people from a family dynamic. You don't know them from a relationship dynamic. So sometimes I feel like you think you know your family members like well in a relationship, but you don't.
Well, it sure worked out in this case.
I know. I'm excited
for
for
that.
them.
That's awesome.
The Bert Show.
Like what you just watched? Well, you can get a lot more of The Bert Show for free on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.